these things that are online for us to research. It isn't something that we have to provide as a council or as a town. If someone is really interested in knowing about the Agua Fria, they just, can go and look at this and even go in person and see what we're actually talking about. And we live in a fantastic area, beautiful state. But this Agua Fria, as was mentioned earlier, does not just encompass Prescott Valley. It encompasses not only the Quad City area as well, but it goes downstream to many, many other cities and towns and areas. And something else that was brought to my attention many, many years ago, I took a tour of the wastewater management plant in Tucson. And the supervisor in charge at the time, he shared with me that something that we should take great concern about is what we put down our disposals, eggshells and grease from whatever, when you cook a steak or fry up a steak, don't pour the grease down. This will contaminate our water. And again, it's back to education. This, again, isn't something that the council needs to provide. This is common sense stuff. How to get rid of having a food trap and getting rid of that and disposing of it in a proper way, not down the disposal that goes to our water resources. So, like I said, these were just a couple of comments and things that came to mind, but it's been a wonderful presentation, and thank you so much for all your hard work, all of you. You've done a dynamic job, and it's been so informative.
No, I just wanted to thank you for this. Probably the most comments I get from people that I encounter is about our water supplies, so I'm looking forward to delving even deeper into it all, so thank you.
Councilwoman Leyva.
Well, thank you so much for doing this presentation for us today. And I know it's a 40,000 view. So I'm looking forward to knowing more about it. But I think having the intention of keeping the community informed from day one, it's really, really important, because I think that is going to give everyone a peace of mind that we are being protective, that the town is being proactive, on these issues, and that are not such a big deal, but that'll give, our community the peace of mind. So having that intention is huge, and I love the 3 points that you make on things that we're trying to accomplish here, because protect our quality of life, I think that's something that we all want. So having those 3 things to base this presentation and to base this project off of is great. So thank you so much.
I just have a final appreciation shout out, and that is for Neil and you and anybody else that worked on this investment plan, which also supports the AMA and Safe Yield, but it specifically has dollar amounts to help us with the PFAS contamination. And so with the speed you put this together and all of the items that are in here, this funding source is the conservation funding source from the original WIFA?
So that's where we need to still work with new WIFA staff.
Okay.
In terms of what buckets of money will be available. There will be dollars available in the state for some of the PFAS issues. The state just announced that a few weeks ago, of going out and starting to really help some of these communities. So we definitely will be looking at that. But even if we don't have grant dollars, which means we don't have to pay it back, WIFA is at low interest loan opportunities. So if you have to go out on the open market, you're going to pay a lot more money. So this would be another good opportunity. If we need an infusion of cash for a capital project as we try to upgrade some of our systems and put those protections in place on the PFAS stuff, I think we'll have a number of options to work through.
So today we're just receiving information. We're not giving you direction. But this letter that was dated December 20th for the PFAS, you're going to go ahead and send this, right?
Vice Mayor, so that list was already given to the board member. There is no process, so it basically was just a board member asking for, hey, what's going on in your region? And so once an actual process gets created and announced by WIFA, then we'll make sure that we're in tune with that. And we will advise the board member that's been, trying to support our region, work closely with that individual.
And I can't thank you enough for your expertise and your experience in this and your contacts to get this already out. Because even though we don't have specific guidelines yet, it's important to get, our foot in the door here. Otherwise, this money is going to go south and to the desal. So I think it's very important, and this proactive nature that you've done is really going to help Prescott Valley, so I can't thank you enough for that. Do we have any other questions from council?
Can I add a little bit?
Sure.
Again, on the WIFA, with you saying that there's no processes in place. So if it turns out that it doesn't work out, it doesn't, taking the WIFA money does not work out in the best interest of Prescott Valley, no harm, no foul. We just don't take it. At the very least, you wrote down our goals, which is the first step of manifestation.
Right.
So, there's nothing wrong with just, let's just get organized about what we're trying to achieve and what are some numbers that it might cost to do so. So
It's never too early. Okay, any other questions? No. So with that, I will adjourn this study session, and thank you again, everyone, for being here.